Welcome back, everybody.
Good afternoon, friends.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Big Vinnick episode last week.
Yeah, we got to finally see a bit of a dark side to Vinnick.
Yes.
It was interesting. Early on, when he was a long shot candidate, he was very honest during the King Corn episode. I thought that was great, really standing his ground.
Yeah.
Now that the stakes are higher and he's the actual candidate, and he got in the room with the guy pushing for the judges, he folded a little bit. He just straight up lied to the guy.
Yeah.
Which we've seen from every politician on the show.
Of course. Look, he doesn't like them.
Right.
We don't like them. But at the same time, he shouldn't have lied.
No, he shouldn't have lied.
He shouldn't have lied. But that's politics, right? Every politician lies.
Right. You would hope he would have been able to better give a non-answer. Sullivan got in a room with the guy and said exactly the right thing.
Sullivan crushed it.
He said what Vinnick could have said. He could have easily said, you like Ray Sullivan? Well, it's me and Ray Sullivan, or it's Santos. What's it going to be? And by the way, Sullivan will be your candidate down the road.
And I think the thing is that, he was pushed a little bit, Vinnick. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It felt impulsive.
Yeah.
More so, he didn't feel, I guess, threatened, kind of, but he reacted based off of what he said to him, and I get that. I understand your temper a little bit. But you would think that he would play it cool.
Well, one thing we've seen with him, and I think it's a good thing for the most part. He can't evade questions. Right?
Yeah.
When someone asks, when he's walking down, they told him don't answer the question when he's walking, and he will still do it.
He'll stop and answer
and that's what he did with that guy, right? He answered the question. He lied, but he directly answered a direct question, which I think is a good trait overall.
Sure.
But that's what happens. Vinnick is not a guy that can just ignore the question and not answer the question.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we did get an episode where he's kind of on the back foot.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's just been crushing it so far. So
right.
It's nice to see him sweat a little, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what was it? He got up by 12 points at
12,
one point.
yeah.
He was really crushing Santos there for a minute.
Yeah, he was.
All right, let's get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us, and give a special thank you to all our super patrons: AB, Actuarial Lurker, Balash Fuldez, Chris, Derek Peterson, Devin Garneau, Empty C93, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, Natasha Norris, MJ, Sudagunda Farapu, Torgeir Lingstad, Trey Contreras, Ware Panda 47, and Yannick from Montreal. As always, thanks so much, guys. Really glad you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching us for the first time on YouTube, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
In the description below, you'll see a link to our Patreon page. Check it out. We're way ahead of everything on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. You're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material, though, due to copyright law.
Yes.
This is an inquiry by the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence.
Is this about the leak?
Oh, we got to get back to that. I almost forgot.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you
Margaret?
give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yep.
This committee has subpoenaed copies of the electronic material that passed through the Office of the Chief of Staff.
A lot of contact between Greg and her.
And you're aware that the reporter responsible for the article's content is Greg Brock, who has been jailed for refusing to reveal the source of this information? On June 27th, you received a call on your main office line from Mr. Brock. What can you tell us about the nature of that call? You can't say?
I mean, I don't know.
Am I correct in noting that the calls that come through your phone can be monitored by the person manning your phone after they've been connected to their designated line?
Yes, sir.
But does she listen?
That's the big point. That's the big one.
Did you ever monitor any phone conversations between Miss Craig and Mr. Brock?
Well, maybe she did.
Wow. Okay. What do you know, Margaret? I mean, we had that exchange between her and CJ a couple episodes ago where she was like, I'm going to be pulled in here pretty soon.
It doesn't matter. If CJ's not the leak, say, I don't care. I don't care if they were dating. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, CJ's not the leak.
Yeah.
I mean, for a second there, it kind of looked like it was her.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I think they set that up.
They did. Now, what's important is, do they think she did?
Right.
Yeah.
Watch it be Hutchinson.
That'd be amazing.
It would.
Gosh.
The local board of education just held hearings on why intelligent design should be taught in classrooms alongside evolution, so local reporters are going to want to talk about it.
We're doing it now anyway.
The board was taken over by evangelical Christians in the last election.
That happened in Kansas about the time this show was on.
Really?
That's probably what they're commenting on.
Post-Dispatch calls our education week a boring week.
Talking about a guy with a career 237 ERA.
I am. And last night's game makes it an even $50.
I'm working.
So am I.
Any word from Margaret?
She's up on the hill testifying. She'll be back in an hour or so.
Hey.
What are we talking about? Baseball.
Don't you owe Charlie money?
We're talking about a guy with a career 237 ERA.
Shoo.
Toby got served yesterday.
How many people around here have subpoenas?
Lots.
Lots.
We got trouble.
I just need a little power nap.
How about a half an hour? No people, no calls.
Oh, jeez.
We are in an information revolution.
He's doing it again.
Watching his watch. Yeah.
So that we can make sure that all students, all teachers have the support that they need to meet the highest possible standards.
I love how they're watching Leo.
Yeah.
They're not worried about Santos, they're about Leo.
Oh, there's going to be cameras on everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Get a lot of questions on intelligent design.
That's a local issue. We stay on message, we stay in control.
Give me the watch.
Yeah.
People don't think you like the speech.
You're not a tall person.
And I think you're fabulous.
I got a call from the Vinnick campaign.
About?
Apparently he had an analyst go off on some situation in Kazakhstan during his daily CIA briefing.
Have you asked Cater or Nancy about it?
Vinnick wants a new briefer, says the guy wouldn't shut up.
I got served.
Coming after everybody.
Yeah, they are.
Leo, the press. Have you gotten a lawyer?
Don't need a lawyer if you haven't done anything wrong.
That's not necessarily true.
Sure.
We're getting fragmented reports, but they're confirming a suicide bombing.
The Palestinian leader Farad has been the victim of what appears to be a suicide bomber.
At 9:33 p.m. Jerusalem time, Palestinian Chairman Farad was on his way back from speaking when a vehicle charged his motorcade and exploded. Several students were killed and Farad was injured.
Has anyone claimed responsibility?
Not yet. Our real concern is whether this is part of a larger scheme backed by Syria or Iran. They don't want our peacekeeping mission to succeed. They need the Palestinian problem to keep their own people interested in the West.
We don't want fighting to break out between Hamas and the Palestinian security forces.
What a mess.
Yeah, it really is.
Chairman Farad died 5 minutes ago.
Oh, man.
Okay. So now it's really a mess.
We need to do everything in our power to help the Palestinians hold this together.
Well, carrot?
The president's trying to rally support.
If the Israelis re-enter those territories...
There'll be a special briefing for both of you in about an hour.
Vinnick's responded? Bartlett has to make this funeral a major event if he wants to hold the peace.
My thoughts are with Chairman Farad's family and to all who share the dream of peace.
Congressman, you're aware that this state's Board of Education is questioning the teaching of evolution.
There we are.
That's a state matter.
Congressman, could you tell us if you believe in intelligent design?
Don't answer that. It's just going to be... Don't go back and answer that.
I believe in God, and I'd like to think he's intelligent.
And it's going to be a mess now.
Yep. Like Vinnick, he also tends to comment on everything.
He should have just walked away.
Sure.
He believed in intelligent design.
That's not what he said.
I didn't say he didn't.
Didn't say he
It
did.
sounded like that's what he said.
Creationism.
It doesn't say that God created everything, but perhaps an intelligent designer was behind it.
He got pulled off message, which means that we are off message, which means that we are out of control.
You're right. The phones are ringing off the hook at headquarters.
But mostly I think he's either pandering or worse.
Or that he believes in intelligent design.
Does anybody have the time?
He doesn't watch.
You.
I got served. They want me to appear on Monday.
Yeah, it's going to look ugly.
I got a call from the Vinnick campaign about a CIA analyst going bonkers in his daily briefing.
Did you remember the agent's name?
No.
Get into it.
Thanks.
That guy called again.
Marcus not back yet?
Mr. Frost. Charles Frost?
I don't know him.
That's the name of the episode. He's going to be important.
Yeah.
Hey, I got subpoenaed.
Congratulations.
You?
Nope. Last one to get a subpoena is a rotten egg.
Yeah, that's not great.
It's not good.
You have a lawyer?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Get one.
I don't need a lawyer if I haven't done anything wrong. Palestinians are protesting in Ramallah and Bethlehem, claiming Israeli extremists were behind this.
That's Hamas.
Do you think we can hold everything together for 60 days?
We can keep McCarrick alive for 3. It'll be a miracle, Toby.
We have an update on the bomber. His name
over.
is Asim bin Ahmed. He was a 23-year-old medical student at Al-Quds University in Hebron.
Student.
Though the bomber has no formal ties to Hamas, his classmates say he spent hours at the mosque praying and studying. Our satellites are showing Israeli tank movement.
Yeah, this ceasefire, this piece is about to fold.
Yeah.
We need to announce our plans to attend the funeral.
No one is going to be able to guarantee your security. Secret Service is going to go crazy.
Only world leaders with a death wish would go to this funeral.
Palestinians need to see you there. They need to see how much you respected Farad, how committed you still are to the peace process.
It's almost 1 a.m. in Cairo, sir.
Good, let's wake some people up.
It's not like he hasn't been woken up plenty of times.
Every season.
We're gonna hold this piece together.
All he had to do was walk away.
To the round table, we're gonna have to put something out clarifying the congressman's statement on intelligent design. It's running for president, not preacher-in-chief.
He's not going to use Medicaid for communion wafers. He said he believes in God.
Someone asked you a question about intelligent design, you what?
Answer it?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
So don't let anybody bait you into using any types of
Words.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Genesis.
monkey trial,
Creationism.
school,
Prayer.
church.
State. Amen.
I'm starting to see weird colors, so no people, no calls.
Charles Frost called again.
Oh, try to find out who he is. I just need half an hour.
Power nap.
Yes.
I want to know who Mr. Frost is.
You busy?
No,
Oh, my God.
You alone?
I'm reading.
Meeting with Halfley on this education bill.
Get Charlie to help you. Legislative back and
And
forth.
I want you to reconsider getting a lawyer.
Toby
Greg Brock.
is in jail. I'm going out to get coffee.
Oh, my God. Let her sleep.
I know.
This is a lot, isn't it?
I never know when I'll need an extra set of everything.
I love her.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you, Lauren.
You realize it's a short flight.
Down the hatch.
2 chasers.
Yep.
Has the speaker called back?
No, sir. I think he's on to the fact that you're inviting him to a funeral where there's a 50-50 chance he'll wind up dead.
Sit with me a minute.
Oh, the Vlasenko septet will be playing Mozart.
Did you know Mozart's father believed his son to be a miracle from God? His father felt it was his duty in a world where no one believed in miracles anymore to show them God's latest.
That is a power parent right there.
Right, yeah.
Leo.
Mr. President? Mr. President, I've been served a subpoena to appear before Congress.
Ms. Craig called Mr. Brock on his cell phone.
Yes, sir.
Were you on that call?
I don't believe I was.
What you're saying,
Yeah.
your best recollection is that you don't remember whether you connected that call or not.
My best recollection is that I did not connect that particular call.
I wouldn't remember every one of these
She
either.
gets a million phone calls a day.
Yeah.
They're having a field
Yeah,
day.
it's a bloodbath.
Wake up like, where am I?
It's probably been like 6 hours. They left her alone. She's gonna lose it.
Ms. Craig?
You scared me.
Charles Frost. We met
Okay.
once at the agency.
You briefed Arnold Vinnick.
I need 5 minutes with the president.
No problem.
This was a carefully organized act, and there are more coming. The assassination of Chairman Farad is linked to another assassination that will be carried out within the next few days. The third assassination will be the regional vice president of Unical. I just need 5 minutes.
He's been trying to get to him for weeks. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. He seems to be jumping some rungs here.
Make sure he doesn't take questions from the press.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Have you told the congressman yet?
I haven't had the chance. Did you call the president? Listen, I gotta
Go.
have some Farad remarks for the president to make at tonight's recital.
Great.
How'd your testimony go?
It's been postponed. Apparently Margaret's still up there.
Kate Harper, you can go in.
Is Frost still in there?
Charles Frost. I just spent 20 minutes with him.
Here?
He said some things. He said there was going to be another assassination.
In Kazakhstan.
President Isatov. He said it was related to Farad.
We have no intelligence to support that theory.
Is he still briefing Vinnick?
Not after what happened yesterday.
How does he know
CJ,
that?
this just came over from the council's office.
What is it?
I'm pretty sure it's a
Subpoena?
subpoena.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she was expecting it.
The best teachers will tell you themselves. We have to raise standards for teachers. We have to.
How long until a church and state question pops up?
Right here.
Do you believe in the theory of
There it
intelligent
is.
design?
I do believe in God, and my faith tells me that there was a designer behind
Time
it
for
all.
us to leave.
School?
Yeah.
The state.
Do you believe that the theory of intelligent design and the theory of evolution should be taught alongside each other in the public schools?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
one is
good.
based on science, and one is based on faith. Evolution is not perfect, but it is based on scientific facts. Facts that can be predicted, tested, and proven.
Many of us want a version of science taught to our kids that's in accordance with our beliefs.
Then do it at home.
Exactly.
The inclusion of non-scientific explanations into the science curriculum of our schools misrepresents the nature of science. If you have a problem with your child's education, get involved. That the best way to preserve our democracy is to take part in it.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you picked a winner, Josh.
Yeah.
Santos, do you
Thank
think
you.
Senator Vinnick believes in intelligent design?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him then.
Now Vinnick's going to get bombarded with it, isn't he?
Yeah.
The Supreme Court does not allow the teaching of religion in public schools.
Some of the Christian right are still looking for a reason to vote for you. Can you afford to keep alienating them?
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because he's not really a churchgoer.
Nope, he's not.
He's not religious.
Josh, the press just called. They want to bump Leo and open the show with Santos and his views on religion and education. And Nightline called about Monday's segment.
Where's Congressman?
I mean, Vinnick's going to get buried under something that's not really. He's not wrong on. He's had almost the same answer as
for sure
as Santos.
Wheels up for the funeral at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Agent Butterfield will be briefing you on security issues on the plane.
Fine.
Santos seems to have turned the tables on Vinnick.
Yes.
He does not trust her right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. He thinks it's her.
I can't tell you how comforted we all are by your presence on the ticket. Awful about Farad.
I've been served a subpoena to appear before the Intelligence Committee investigating the White House leak.
You could claim executive privilege.
I wasn't chief of staff when the leak occurred.
So a candidate for the vice presidency with a history of alcoholism and heart disease was working inside the White House when a major breach occurred and is now going to be dropped off at the press-infested Hart building with his lawyer.
Any way I can protect the Santos campaign.
Well, we can talk about protecting you, but as far as the Santos campaign is concerned, you are just a guy dressed in dynamite.
Oh,
that's a great line.
Yeah. Sorry, man, you're toxic right now because of this.
Yeah.
Do we know more about the bomber?
He was a student, 23-year-old from an upper-middle-class family.
Churchill said a fanatic is one who can't change his mind and won't change the subject.
Farad didn't think the piece would work, and I pushed him into doing it. Leo called. He's also coming to see his attorney. It seems he's been served a subpoena to testify. The investigation into the leak is focused on CJ.
They've got it wrong. Thank you, Mr. President.
Don't you ever get tired?
No. I graduated cum laude with a degree in art history, and if you'd have told me I'd end up here, let's just say I love my job.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
awesome, yeah.
What time is it?
Yeah, just flashback.
Well, he's not sitting in speeches with the candidate, so.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
Heading back to my apartment and a nice hot bath.
You feel like dinner?
I do, but
Get a bite. It's early.
I just think it's better while we're spending so much time together that we try and keep our distance whenever possible because of the tension.
Oh, I took it as in like personal space, but
What tension?
Yeah.
I was not picking up on any tension.
I
were
wasn't
you?
either. I thought she was just like, I just need to you
Yeah.
know, separate my work from my
You're
free
right.
time.
Interesting.
So
she's into Leo?
She got the hots for Leo? All right, yeah, cool.
Joey Lucas called, said there might be some movement in the polls. Came here to talk about education. Spent the whole day getting people to talk about education.
Sometimes a little religion helps the medicine go down.
Leo got subpoenaed.
Yeah, that's bad. That's going to derail so much.
In preparation for the funeral, we're deploying more of our own peacekeeping troops as a precaution here and here.
We have what appears to be another assassination.
In Kazakhstan?
Wow.
President, standard turmoil in the region.
I want you to tell me everything you can about the assassin as soon as possible. Somebody get our ambassador to Kazakhstan, and I want the regional office of Unical on the phone now.
Get in touch
The
with Frost.
Unical was going to be the third target.
Chairman Farad was my friend. Our goal was a better future for the children. I know that Chairman Farad would want us to take a moment. Innocent victims who perished with him. Salim Sayedan, age 19, Palestinian.
Was the universe designed by God? That's up to everyone in this country to decide for themselves, because the framers of our Constitution believed our official religion would have to be no religion at all. It wasn't meant to make us comfortable. It was meant to make us free.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what's going to happen with Leo, because they said if he goes in and testifies, it's pretty much the end of the campaign.
I know.
I don't see anything derailing that.
He's doing great. Like a worst case scenario, you know what I mean?
Worst case scenario, it sounds like, is him showing up at all.
Done with her now.
Long day.
Yeah, right.
Have you talked to Agent Frost?
No one's been able to track him down.
Good evening. You would not believe the day I've had.
CJ?
Let's open that bottle of champagne you gave me for my birthday.
God, I feel so bad for her.
One final toast before I leave the White House with my perp walk and leg irons. Leo's in trouble.
I got a lawyer.
What?
Toby's the leak. Toby's the...
I got a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
I almost swore. Oh my God.
I did it.
Yep, there it is. Okay. That explains a lot of the shots of him looking at people. That explains so much. Dude, that explains a lot. All right. Well, because the whole time I'm like, who the heck could it be? I mean, like, because they said his name whenever they,
I didn't think it was going to be Toby.
I didn't either, but like, they said his name.
I thought it was
CJ's
more likely
name.
to be Kate.
I did too for a second.
Or
I really
I thought Hutchinson was actually going to be the person.
I was kidding. That was like
I wasn't, because he knew. And he's defied the president before on a number of things. I don't know why he would leak it, though. That makes sense.
He's a small character, so like it would make sense if he went away. But like Toby.
So what? Toby's not going to be around on the show anymore?
I don't know. I mean, we saw him at the very beginning of the season, right?
Yeah, the president was talking to him.
But we don't know what happens. I mean,
he might go to jail for a while. It was. I don't know how much later it was.
He could also pardon him if he wanted to.
Yeah, he could. Do you think he would? The way he was treating CJ, because he thought CJ was the leak. Do you think he would?
He butts heads.
Him and Toby have butted heads
a lot. Yeah, they definitely do. Yeah, I don't know. That's quite the revelation. Isn't it?
Why would Toby do it?
Well, his brother was an astronaut.
Yeah.
His brother passed away. I don't know. I mean,
I guess it did. The leak kind of forced them to do the rescue.
So yeah,
that's probably why.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, of course. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. Oh my God, I feel dumb now, dude.
Yeah,
I feel really dumb. We should have been like, oh, dude, Toby's two and two together. There.
At the very least, Toby is not going to be in the administration anymore.
No.
At the very least, and I think he's probably going to jail. It may not be forever,
but for a minute. he'll be there for a minute.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
Especially if Greg's going to jail,
Well, Greg's going to get out now.
Oh, because he's
because the whole point was contempt of court.
I know,
or contempt of Congress. So yeah, Greg. I mean, it's basically going to switch places. I don't remember. Do you when they showed that flash forward at the beginning of the season, how far in the future it was? Was it a couple years? 3 years? Okay. Yeah. Toby could go to jail for a couple years. You know what I mean?
Definitely possible.
Yeah.
I don't know how long, like, if you're not pardoned, I don't know how long you go to. Well, yes, no, Greg's going for 2 years, I think was they said.
Yeah, his contempt charge was going to be for 2 years, but he's probably going to get out now because there's no point in keeping him. Yeah, there's no point in keeping him there.
No.
Yeah, the leak is going to be out.
So if Toby comes clean,
he's going to come clean. He's going to come clean.
It'll get Leo off the hook.
Yeah, it's going to get Leo out of the subpoena, and it's going to obviously get CJ off the hook.
It'll help the campaign get CJ off the hook. He's going to have to.
No, well, I mean, CJ knows she's subpoenaed.
Of course,
yeah,
of course,
Of course, it's going to come out. CJ can't go lie. Yeah, that's going to be one of the two of them. So
okay, so I have to see this next episode. How is it all going to go down? My brain's like thinking. I'm going a million miles a minute right now, trying to think of what could happen.
I think there's going to be some lawyers that come and show up to walk Toby out of the White House. Is what I think. You know what I mean? Like, get your lawyer here right now.
Oliver Platt.
Well, he's the
president's lawyer, right?
Yeah, he works for the administration. He
could be there.
He might be. Babish
worked with CJ. So
Babish might be the guy that comes in just I mean, obviously, Toby is going to be fired instantly. He's going to have to get his own lawyer for all of it, logistically.
Well, okay.
So Babish might be there to walk him out of the building, but he's not going to be his lawyer. Toby needs his own lawyer.
He definitely needs his own lawyer.
He's not going to have an administration lawyer. The government is going to prosecute him.
So we're probably going to have a trial there for a bit.
Something, right?
That's. I mean,
unless he confesses.
This is what, episode 3 or 4?
5.
5.
I think it's 5.
I really doubt Toby's not going to be on the show after episode 5. You know what
right?
I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know what they're going to do next, but I mean, like,
he's getting sidelined to an extent for sure.
Absolutely, for sure.
But this might also be because, let's face it, we're moving more and more away from the White House and more into the campaigns.
Honestly, yeah.
That it might be just a simple situation of we don't need quite as much at the White House.
Yeah. We barely see Martin Sheen at this point. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
He's
like,
still around.
We're spending way more time with Santos and Josh, and a lesser extent with Vinnick. And the White House really is kind of getting squeezed.
It is.
Maybe it is a situation where it's like, you know what, we can't pay
everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, Richard.
Yeah, Richard, we've got to cut. We're spending all this money on all this other stuff. The production value is through the roof. These episodes are clearly crazy expensive. We're on the road so much. You know, you've added big name cast members. You're adding more big name cast members. It might be a simple situation of, hey, Toby, Richard, we might not be able to pay you.
We need you, buddy. Yeah.
We might need to sideline you for the bulk of the remainder of the season.
And if you think about it, like when we cut back to the White House, especially the second half of season 6, and even like so far what we've seen, if we're going to the White House, we're mostly just focused on CJ.
Yeah, I mean, really, yeah, it's CJ.
She's the one running it over there. I mean, Margaret, a lot of Margaret too lately, but still, like, yeah.
But only by extension of the fact that she works for CJ. Yeah, I feel like we're getting more Margaret and Charlie because they work for CJ than we're really getting for anyone else in the White House. It's like the White House is kind of CJ's show now, and a lot of Kate Harper. A lot more Kate than I expected
also,
this season.
We really have not seen Josh Mulaney's character, Will. We haven't seen Will at all.
But Will,
he's with Russell.
Will's with Russell. They're out. They're lost. They're over in wherever the vice president's office is. Yeah. But I mean, they're not that critical to anything that's going on.
That's what I'm saying in terms of seeing the cast members in the show.
Yeah. Donna's unemployed.
Donna's unemployed. By that sense, it feels like a whole new show.
Kind of, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're really focused on completely different cast members now, and I really do think they might take Richard Schiff largely off the show for the rest of the run of the show.
That's a good possibility, man. Honestly,
you know, I think he might just be having a trial and going to jail for a while. He's obviously going to be a big part, I feel like, of the next episode. I don't feel like you just jump ahead a week. You know?
Yeah, no. Like we need to give Toby, if he's going away for a while, we need to give Toby like
that can't be the end of Toby there.
A great send off.
Yeah, like no send off there.
Yeah, because that would suck.
Man, you know what though?
Great reveal.
It was a great reveal. It was really well done. I didn't really consider Toby as a candidate for it at all. But
when he came in and he was like CJ, and I was like no. Literally, I was like no. And then you said it, and I was like, well.
Well, when he said didn't he say he got a lawyer?
After he said he got a lawyer. That's when I was like,
oh my God, yeah.
Because we heard that line twice. Get a lawyer. Don't need a lawyer. Because
I'm innocent. Yeah, he got a lawyer.
Sheesh.
Yeah, he was
great
acting sketchy for the whole episode. But you have to also realize everyone's been going through it because of this leak, and Toby just kept his mouth shut, hoping it was all just going to blow over. For a long time.
In the last few episodes, correct me if I'm wrong, we did see them cut to his face several times, and I always was just like, that's a weird choice to do that. But I was like, okay, well, he's got a very, his reaction shots.
He's always, since the beginning of the show, we've done reaction shots with Toby.
But now it takes a whole other meaning, man. I mean,
for sure.
Even in this episode, in the Oval Office, when we cut to Bartlett, the rack focus to Bartlett's face when he's looking down, we were hanging on Toby's face for a minute.
Yeah, we were.
Wow.
Great episode. Toby Ziegler no longer White House Communications Director for sure, that's at the very least, and we're probably talking an arrest here, and criminal charges. Wow, what a twist to end the really tense episode.
Crazy.
All right, we'll catch you on the next one, guys.
See ya.